Since the beginning of the silver squeeze in 2021, we saw silver price premiums, especially on silver eagles, get as high as over $20 an ounce over spot. Guys, that's way up there. Even silver rounds got as high as 5 or 6, depending on where you bought them. Now, since the silver squeeze, I was telling people that whenever I added to my permanent stack, I was adding lower premium silver. In other words, rounds, bars, whatever it may be that's closest to spot, because I believed that if you were going to be stacking silver, it's best to just stack more silver. And so you had $500 to spend and it gave you 10 eagles or 15 rounds. Why not just take the 15 ounces of silver? Now, many people argued with me about that and said, no, I'm going to be stacking silver eagles because the premiums will come back when you sell them. I think we proved in my video on Wednesday that that's not necessarily the case. In fact, we called coin shops all over the US, and the highest we got offered on silver eagles was just $2.50 an ounce over spot. Silver rounds, we only got offered spot, but keep in mind, we had a lot more silver rounds if we were buying rounds instead of eagles. And I'm going to show you exactly how big of a difference that can be in today's video. So stick with me, but before we get there, do me a favor and don't forget to subscribe and help us continue to grow. Make sure you don't miss out on your chance to win a full monster box of silver eagles by going to our sponsor sdbullion.com/silverseeker and get your entry today. Now, to show you that difference, we do need to get some data. So we'll take a look at our premium tracker here. And if we look back at May 8th, we had spot at $25.80 with the average premium of silver rounds at $4.91, which is 19.02% over spot. Now, looking at silver eagles on that same day at $25.80, we had an average of $18.61 over spot, which is 72.12%. So now that we have that data, we can use this spreadsheet to do some math. Now, if you're new to the channel, you've probably never seen this before, but if you've been here a while, you have seen this spreadsheet before. And by the way, it's 100% free on my website. You can download it right now. It's for Microsoft Excel. And basically, it allows you to put in the spot price at buy and at sell, and what the premium is to determine what is a better buy and to show you the difference in the amount of ounces you will get, so on and so forth. And by the way, you can do this on a raw hard premium, in other words, $2 an ounce, $3 an ounce over spot, or a percentage, 10%, 20% over spot, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and take a look at the May numbers. So in May, we had spot at $25.80. Silver rounds were $4.91 an ounce over spot. Silver eagles were $18.61 an ounce over spot. Now let's imagine we're a high roller, a big baller, if you will. We walk into a coin shop strutting our stuff with $10,000, and we're gonna spend $10,000 in silver today. Well, take a look at this. The difference between rounds and eagles with $10,000 at those premiums is over 100 ounces, a full 100 ounce silver bar difference between rounds and eagles. Now let's fast forward to today and something comes up and unfortunately you need to sell it. Now I've said many times silver is not an investment, it's a stack, it's a way to save money, and you should always have cash aside. But let's just say something happens and you don't have enough cash and you have to sell your silver. Well, unfortunately silver spot price is 21 today. Now rounds, we were only getting spot. We weren't getting a premium on rounds like we were eagles. So let's plug in no premium for eagles. No premium for rounds, I should say, and $2.50 an ounce for silver eagles. Now look at the sell value difference between our rounds and eagles. Even though we only got spot for silver rounds, but we got $2.50 over for silver eagles, we are only getting $5,291 for our eagles versus $6,838 for our rounds. That is a massive difference of over $1,500 today if we would have spent $10,000 back then versus today. Now, I know many of the haters are going to watch this video and say this is proof that silver is not a good investment. And my answer for you is no duh. We have said many times, and I kind of already hinted at it, that you don't invest in silver. You stack silver because you don't believe in the dollar, or you just want a savings that is a hard physical asset. I agree with that, by the way, which is why I stack. I also invest in stocks and other places that is intended to make me for more fiat currency, but that is not what silver is for. Between me and you, I hope that I die and all of my silver goes to my kids, but it is there because I don't believe that the dollar is always going to be as strong as it is today, even though many of us know it's not very strong as it is. Yes, it looks good on the DXY against other foreign currencies, but when you go to spend it on gas, energy, food, so on and so forth, it doesn't look very strong right now. So that is why we stack silver. We don't invest in silver to make more money, but if you did have to sell, this is how bad it looks. Now, I did say you can do this on a percentage basis as well, but before we do, I want to show you one more thing, guys. Stick with me, check this out. Remember I said I won't stack silver eagles and other high premium silver during periods of high premiums? Well, let's say that premiums return to normal. $2 an ounce over for silver rounds, $5 an ounce over spot for silver eagles. Believe it or not, silver eagles do win in this case, but that's only at spots at 21. Let's say spot goes to 35. Now rounds win once again. But now you're going to say, but Seeker, the percentage of premium will go up as the numbers go up, and that's what the percentage page is for, so let's do the math. We'll start by putting in our data. So we had 2580 spot, we had 10,000, and then spot at sell was 21 just to get us started. Now the math is, so $2 over spot at 2580 is 7.75%, and eagles are 19.3%. And then our sell premium, so it would obviously be 0. And if you're not very inclined with math, to get the percentage premium, it's actually very simple. Just take the hard premium, so 250 an ounce over spot for silver eagles, and then divide it by whatever the current spot price is. So as you can see, 250 divided by 21 is 11.90. So we are paying 11.90% for silver eagles. So as you can see, again, the silver eagles win at 21, but let's say that the silver spot price goes up to 35. Silver eagles are still winning because the percentage over spot rises. Maybe it goes to 100. Silver eagles still win because that percentage stays the same. So that right there shows you that when premiums are lower, in other words, what they were for a very long time before the beginning of the silver squeeze, investing in silver eagles really wasn't a bad idea. In fact, I like silver eagles myself. Like I said, I wasn't going to buy them at $18 an ounce over spot or $20 an ounce over spot. It just didn't make very much sense. But as those premiums start to come down on rounds and eagles and they get closer together, that higher premium stuff that's going to hold a premium on the other side when you go to sell it becomes a little bit more interesting, because getting that premium back going up the chain makes a huge difference. It doesn't really matter, by the way, where we go. If we go all the way up to spot at $10,000 an ounce, you still win with silver eagles, assuming, again, that the premium on silver rounds doesn't go up above 0. You know, depending on what happens, but you get the idea. It doesn't actually matter where it goes here. Silver eagles are going to win in that scenario, but you don't know what the scenario is going to be either. So you may just be thinking, all right, well, maybe it's still just better to get more weight. And even then, that's generally where I'm going to be. But it does make a strong case for higher premium stuff like silver eagles once the premium gets back down to where it should be. Back then, it wasn't even close. I wasn't buying eagles. I didn't stack eagles for a long time because of that, but we are getting back there. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned a little bit. And if you did, do me a favor and subscribe. Help us continue to grow. And if you guys, again, like I said earlier, want that spreadsheet, I'm going to put a link for it down in the description. So make sure you download it and do your own math, figure out your own scenarios, and maybe that spreadsheet can help you determine what you want to buy with your next silver purchase. So thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to watch this video here if you haven't seen it yet, and we will see you in the very next video. Have a great day.